turn back, Captain. If we're to survive the storm, the sea's breaking in fast.
This must be the worst Arctic storm on record.
It's a strong vessel. We won't sink, not whilst I have breath in my body.
The sea ice is shifting all the time. We can come back next month.
Next month, all our scientific measurements need to be undertaken during extreme weather conditions. You know that.
On the ship we blast our way through creaky icy shores. The ocean greening draws us in the gale around us roars. The silent light of dawn is fast approaching as we go into the mountains made of ice that may become our tomb. Time is running out for us. The future's now unclear. Life seems very clear. And death draws near.
Many of the researchers are being sick and need urgent medical attention.
They'll have to get used to these sorts of conditions. Toughen them up.
The crew aren't easy.
Seasoned sailors?
They fear the severity of the storm.
Don't you mean you do?
I'm not so stupid to be foolhardy.
You mean like me?
The ice can crush this vessel, it can split it into two. We're not equipped for a storm like this, Captain, you know it's true.
I beg to differ. We have at least 55 days of emergency provision and enough equipment on the ship to survive these conditions.
Time is running out for us. The future's now unclear. Life seems very dear. And death draws near. The morning's twilight is light on us. We need to make the change for us. In this world of ice and snow lies the answer to tomorrow. Looking deep within our hearts to let all that's to follow. Time is running out for us. The future's now unclear. Life seems very dear.
Captain, look off the starboard bow.
What do you see, Danny?
An animal, I think. It might be a polar bear.
Pass me the binoculars. That's a strange polar bear walking on two legs.
I'm pulling a sledge of sorts.
Could it be a yeti?
Of course it's not a yeti.
You don't know that.
That would add another edge to our research.
Look, Captain, there's another figure.
He's signalling to us.
He's definitely not an abominable snowman. Bosun, fetch the boat hook, strap the ladder to the side. Prepare to come aboard. Bosun, clear the crew away. Let the man breathe. My name's Walton. You gave us quite a scare.
Yes, I'm sorry. I lost track of time.
What are you doing out here?
Research.
Without a support team?
Yes, I work alone.
Do you know that man we saw earlier?
Yes, unfortunately. He must be destroyed.
Is he a criminal?
He's killed many people.
In that case, we need to advise the Norwegian police.
They'll be too late.
What do you mean?
I'm not sure I can explain.
What if we catch up with him?
What ship is this?
The RSS Ernest Shackleton. Research vessel, exploring black carbon deposits on ice, part of the NRC climate change research work.
And you're a scientist?
Amateur scientist and professional seawoman, interested in the Antarctic and Arctic. Always had a fascination with the ice floes and marine life.
And your work has benefits to mankind?
Absolutely. Capturing data is difficult, however. No one has ventured north in a ship once the ice has started to refreeze.
Like you, I was once on the cusp of a new generation of science.
Really?
I thought I could make mankind immune to the ravages of disease
Commendable. How?
by unlocking the key to regenerating human tissue.
I know. A bad arm is rebuilt into a good arm?
In its basic analysis, yes.
What happened?
I took one step too far, for which I now pay the price. Look, I need to follow him.
Easy now. He's not going to get too far. I've no idea how he survived the temperatures.
He will not be feeling the cold.
Tough skin then.
He has special features that protect him.
A superhuman then.
Yes,
I was joking.
I know, but he is special
He must be.
and evil. I can't go on. My life's work is a mess. You must kill him if I die.
I've never killed anyone in my life, and I'm not about to start.
Do not breathe a word of this to any other living.
How can I keep this a secret?
Let me go then. I will follow him and destroy him myself.
Fine. I'll listen to your story. I will try and keep your secret safe.
You promise?
That's the best I can do. I promise.
I will start at the beginning of my scientific journey. 5 years ago, I was an undergraduate student of medicine at Cambridge University. Young, hopeful, science seemed to provide the answers I was looking for.
Welcome to Cambridge University. You are part of an elite few who have secured positions at one of the greatest universities in the country, if not the world. Our team of lecturers are all experts in their fields and have the expertise to guide you in your magical ambitions. Some of you will progress to become surgeons, and some of you will want to concentrate on general practice. You should have received your reading lists and will no doubt be heading towards the library in the next hour. Please ensure you keep abreast of all the latest medical news in our journals and do not limit yourselves to purely medicine. There are significant steps being made in the development of biomedics, in particular regeneration.
Professor Cramp!
And as you probably
Professor
already
Cramp.
know,
Will we have the opportunity to work on the stem cell research laboratory as part of the course?
perhaps something to look forward to in your second or third year if you prove worthy of it. I need hardly to remind you, I hope, that you need to keep on top of your 3 sciences to earn a place in our laboratories next year.
Professor Cramp!
As only the most
Professor
committed-
Cramp! Will we get a chance to perhaps undertake any cloning work?
What is your name?
Victor.
Victor what?
Frankenstein.
Well, Victor, in answer to your question, science has moved on since the days of Dolly the sheep, and with the recent advancements in Japanese science, Kyoto University, we no longer need to destroy embryos and undertake our research. At this university, we no longer see the destruction of embryos as a future for cloning work. Using stem cells and implanting a range of target genes is a much more reliable method of developing tissue matters, such as ears, corneas, and facial tissues. Something you can look forward to studying in your second year.
You could therefore build, say, a leg out of an original stem cell.
Or something a lot more interesting.
Thank you. Victor Frankenstein, I suggest that you discuss your interests with Professor Walderman. But I also highly suggest that you broaden your understanding of this research field before you waste another lecturer's valuable time. Good day to you all, and happy reading.
Hi, I'm Justine, and this is Elizabeth and Henry.
Hello, Victor.
Hi, Victor. Nice to meet you.
Suppose you've come to talk to the mad scientist.
Oh, we're just being friendly.
Thank you, but I don't need your pity.
Oh, I didn't mean it like
Thank you.
that.
I'm used to being ridiculed.
We're not like those idiots.
I thought we'd moved on since secondary school.
Some people never grow up, ever.
So, you sound keen on biomedicine?
Anything that moves medicine forward into the 21st century.
Sure.
And you? What's your interest?
Oh, well, you know.
No, I don't know.
I just want to work in A&E if anyone's interested.
Really?
Yes, it's so exciting, can't wait.
General practice, that's me. Much more sedate.
I don't know what I want to do. Clearly medicine. I'll just see how it pans out, I guess.
Yes, right.
Victor, we were just going to the library and then on to the student bar. Do you want to join us?
Do you really want to be seen with me?
Yes. Why not?
Okay then, I think I will.
Fab!
And thanks
What for?
for not asking any stupid questions.
Professor, the raw data on the fibroblast is ready for analysis.
Run it through the program first, then show me the outputs.
Yes, Professor. Is your first year student due at 10?
I'll only be 10 minutes, and we'll work through the results together.
Yes, Professor.
Victor, is it?
Yes, Professor. Thanks for taking the time to see me.
Absolutely fine. Anyone keen's always welcome. Shorter time as always. Have to get a report together. Keep the money rolling in from the sponsor.
I just wanted your opinion on the work of Kyoto University.
The scientific developments in Japan. If we can capture the same results as Kyoto, then we will have travelled a long way. We would love to be moving forward at a greater pace to manufacture replacement organs from the recipient so that there's no chance of organ rejection.
That's amazing. How far before you can get to that point, Professor?
20 years perhaps, not in my lifetime, but certainly in yours.
In any event, you are heading towards creating a disease-free society.
An exciting prospect to be able to diminish the effect of Parkinson's disease, cancer, and any other serious illness. Watch this. A small electrical impulse is all that is needed to kick these cells into action. Look under the microscope.
Yes, they've started to divide.
That is the beginnings of life.
What will happen to that cell?
We've impregnated it with the genes from a throat cell and hope to grow our first trachea.
A replacement throat? That's unbelievable.
It will have a frame on which to develop, but we'll see.
Where do you source the original material?
That's hush-hush, I'm afraid, but they're bona fide human.
Professor, I've collected all the results.
Thank you, Jensen. We'll have to leave it there for today, Victor. I hope that's ignited your spirit to join our research team next year.
It certainly has. Thank you, Professor. Do you think that we can start anew to create a better future? Do you believe it really can come true with just some cells, electric and sutures? I've dreamed since I was a child that this particular dream would come true. Here in this little petri dish is what I'm gonna do. This is a new age, a new age. Anything is possible. This is a new age, a new age. Anything's believable, everything's achievable. This is a new age.
If what you say is true, there will be no more disease. If you can do what you say you can do, it will be the biggest scientific breakthrough in years.
Just imagine a world where every illness can be faced in the blink of an eye. Imagine a world where no one's told they have to die.
This is a new age, a new age. Anything is possible. This is a new age, a new age. Anything's believable, everything's achievable. This is a new age.
Whoa, steady on, young man. You're running away with yourself. It's going to be years and years before this research can be implemented into humans.
But why, Professor? You've already shown me you can grow human cells. Why wait?
Because you might create a monster.
It takes time to break the boundaries, to push to new frontiers. You have to write a very, very lengthy report and then get a review by your peers. And then there's publication, fears to BLA.
You mean monsters?
That's right. You can't just impose your will on others. It's always better to persuade. There's too many potential risks at the moment, Victor. Some people just aren't ready for New Age right now.
That's you told.
Shut up. Guess so, but once in a generation someone's born who has the next big idea.
I suppose you think that's you?
Faraday, Fleming, Einstein and Bell. Well, everyone thought they were weird.
So now you're Einstein.
Imagine a world where everybody just said, I'm not even gonna try. Imagine a world where nobody thought I might. This is a new age, a new age. Anything is possible. This is a new age, a new age. Anything's believable, everything's achievable. This is a new age, a new age. Anything is possible. This is a new age, a new age. Anything's believable, everything's achievable. I don't know. You need to open it, silly. I'm not going to tell you.
Victor, you do spoil your younger sister.
No, he doesn't, Mother.
Wow, an iPhone! Oh my god, it's an X.
13 years old. Hard to believe.
I wasn't gonna do this, you know.
Oh, Mother, you always blub at Christmas.
Oh, Nina.
Well, honestly, do you think to keep me wrapped up in cotton wool forever?
Of course not. But
But what? My father died of a rare disease that my mother spent a lifetime trying to eradicate, and every Christmas she remembers it all.
I suppose you're at that age where emotions from your mother are embarrassing.
Not at all. It's just that we have to tread on eggshells around this time of year, and Victor and I are still here, you know.
Wilhelmina, you could show a little more tact.
I'm only saying what you want to, but daren't.
It's okay, you two. I just miss your father, that's all.
I know, but you'd hate to see you all mopey like this.
Yes, I know. Look at Victor here, studying medicine at Cambridge.
I'm not going into general practice, Mother.
Oh.
I'm not going to be a surgeon either.
And why is that?
I find biomedicine much more interesting.
Laboratory work?
Yes.
I see.
What?
Nothing.
I honestly don't think I could get on with the patients.
You don't have to when you're operating on them.
I'm much happier with my nose in a test tube.
What research are you planning to undertake?
Well, if Professor Wobbin agrees...
Woman?
You know her?
She's not mentioned me then.
No, not a word.
We were students together at Oxford.
Maybe she didn't think it important.
She took stupid risks.
Oh?
Still, Cambridge seem to have reined her in. What about me?
Hello, I'm still here.
Of course you are. How could we miss you?
Let's have Christmas dinner now, shall we?
Victor, look, I've got it.
What's that, Justine?
My placement at Glasgow Royal Infirmary.
Well done, Justine.
Victor, you goon, this is important. My first job after 4 years hard graft. Pardon the pun.
Yes, very funny. Congratulations.
Come on, Victor, let's go grab a few beers.
Some of us have work to complete before we graduate.
Don't be so pompous. Professor Waldman won't mind you spending a few hours with your old mates, will she? I'm the last to get a job, and we simply got to get out of this mopey old lab.
This mopey old lab is where I make all sorts of discoveries.
La-di-da, you have to take a break at some point, don't you?
Not tonight, Justine.
Fine. Where's your fiancé? Well, thanks for telling me.
I was going to, but then there was never the right time.
It's not nice to hear from Sheridan that you two have got engaged.
Yes, but it's just a bit, you know.
Please, don't flatter yourself. You weren't that special.
Right.
I was just a bit drunk and fancied a snog, that's all.
Reassuring to know.
When's the big do then?
I have a range of experiments I have to conduct before I start my PhD, so I think Elizabeth might have to wait a year or two.
Don't keep her waiting, Victor. She's quite a catch.
I won't.
What's under the box?
Leave that alone.
Victor, it's gross! What is it?
What does it look like?
A hand?
Bingo! Your medical training has served you well.
Where's the rest of the body?
I can't tell you.
Victor, who does that hand belong to?
Do you want to see something exciting?
Only if you tell me who that hand belongs to.
If you must know, it's mine.
What? You cut off your own hand for an experiment?
See?
I don't understand.
It's partly synthetic, partly tissue-grown, and then partly me.
Is this Professor Waldman's work?
Sort of.
Victor.
It will be once I've tested my ideas.
This is cutting edge, Nobel Prize-winning material.
Wait till you see this.
That's fantastic. Can I touch it?
Be my guest.
Victor, get it off! Get it off!
I'm so sorry.
He's shown you the hand thingy then.
I can't believe what I'm seeing.
Really, Victor? It's looking more like a circus trick and a freak show by the day.
I was merely demonstrating the advancement in science.
You're just showing off an old Galvani experiment and muscles' response to electrical stimulation.
But Henry, he's using...
That's all right, Justine. No need to announce to all and sundry a little secret.
Secret?
We were just discussing our wedding plans.
You two were?
We were?
Thanks to the drums of the Cambridge jungle, Justine is fully aware of our engagement.
I'm sorry, Justine. We were going to tell everyone at the same time, but Victor got me the ring and well...
Elizabeth, it's okay. Well, let's see the ring then.
Do I detect a note of professional jealousy on your part, Henry?
Jealous? Of what? Being stuck in a lab for the rest of my life?
That I might be on the verge of a revolutionary breakthrough?
Messing around with body parts? I don't think so.
Well, it's not too late to join Professor Waldman and her team.
No thanks. She's as spooky as you are with all your cultures and growths and God knows what else.
Come on now, you two. No fighting on our last day of term.
Quite right, Elizabeth. As always. Don't see why you're marrying him, though. Let me just check you've got a brain in that pretty little head of yours.
One day, Henry, you'll be proud to have known Victor Frankenstein.
We all know where he thinks he'll be. the amazing Mr. Frankenstein.
Oh, Henry, just let it go now. Please whisper your understand. We've all been friends since that first lecture. That's how I'd like you to stay.
She's right, you know. We've been through a lot together over the last few years. Remember the incident with the traffic cone, Victor?
I thought we'd agreed never to mention that again.
It's not always been easy. We've had our ups and downs, haven't we, Victor?
But I believe we're lucky in these friendships that we found. Some friendships last a lifetime, so they say. I hope that's true.
No matter what we say
or what we do, it's time to face the future. It's time to move on. It seems like only yesterday we met. Where has the time gone? In days to come, we'll remember these as the best days of our lives. But now we know we have to say goodbye. Do you remember when we hard punt and Elizabeth fell in without any
Remember
warning?
when we sampled every spirit and you're unwell in the lecture next morning?
When we danced around stars of our
Do you remember that incident with the traffic cone?
But I practiced medicine, and of course I'll be victimized.
I'm gonna work in A&E, saving people's lives.
I'm going to have my own surgery and be a country family doctor.
Well, I'm going to have my own secret lab and I'm going to create a monster! Only joking.
Very funny.
It's time to face the future. Just it's time to move on. It seems like yesterday's today. Where has time gone? In days to come, we'll remember these as the best days of our lives. But now
We know we have to say
But now
have to say
But now
we have to say
Mortuary Centre.
Professor Waldman sent me over from Cambridge University.
We're not expecting anyone.
It's a pre-arranged visit with your head of pathology
I'm sorry, what is it you want?
to appraise your facility for my thesis proposal.
Well, it's a bit irregular.
My supervisor spoke to your head later this afternoon.
I suppose they could have forgotten to tell me I started on a late shift.
Yes, that's probably it.
Well, you might as well come in. First floor up, I'll meet you. Your name?
Oh.
For the visitor's book?
Yes, right.
It's not like we get many live ones. Your name?
Victor. Would you be able to talk me through the processes undertaken for managing dead bodies?
Cadavers.
Right, that.
Couldn't you see anybody during the daytime? I may get busy any minute now.
Really?
Well, you know, late night murderers and serial killers on the loose and all that.
In Cambridge?
Spooky town, Cambridge. Full of killers and criminals.
I see. You're pulling my leg.
Have to find a bit of light relief somewhere.
I'm looking for young bodies.
Pervert. Traffic accidents tend to fill up the mortuary.
I see.
Quite messy, though.
Of course, must be difficult work.
Not really, something you get used to.
Do you ever mislay a body?
Why, yes, all the time. I left one lying outside of Boots earlier. Didn't you see it on your way up?
No, I don't think I did.
Unless the bodies get up and walk out of here by themselves, then nobody goes missing.
I was hoping you could perhaps lose a body.
Lose a body?
I was hoping I could find one, perhaps two unidentified bodies.
I see.
My sponsors will reimburse you generously for your help in this new field of research.
And how do you suppose I lose a body without getting the sack?
Record them as going to another mortuary, perhaps, and then transport them to me?
It really isn't that easy.
Perhaps not.
Just how much are your sponsors willing to pay for one cadaver?
Research expenses can amount to a substantial sum.
How substantial?
Name your price.
Well, I don't know. I've never sold a corpse before.
£1,000 per corpse?
My job on the line?
I'm not sure it would come to that.
Well then, let's see what Professor Stevens has to say about it all.
5,000? I really can't stretch to more than that.
I'm not a fishmonger, you know. 20,000, otherwise I'm off to the police.
I realize it's a risk. Many diseases could be cured or better prevented.
Well then, I better have your number so I can get hold of you on short notice.
I only use this phone for research purposes.
Surname?
That won't be necessary.
Just in case.
Frankenstein?
Victor Frankenstein. Might as well be Smith.
Pardon?
I'll be in touch.
In the 21st century, we should be able to cure all diseases that are hereditary and any that are multicellular based, such as tumors. Mankind should have genetically eradicated all disease by now.
Your sentiments are admirable, Victor, but do you not think that Mother Nature should play a role in our natural development?
I'm not talking about cloning. So, stem cell research is dependent on embryonic cells. You can regenerate tissue and organs from donor cells as well. So you can take stem cells from the recipient human, not breaking any rules. Then the really groundbreaking bit is to use genes from another pool. See?
I'm not following your point.
So, if a man has a heart attack, you can use his own body parts and then your organ won't be rejected. There's no need for drugs, it's just run on your heart. See?
Believe it or not, I have read some of the medical journals relevant to this. Why must you be the unique student who knows more than the rest of us?
Well, don't you think I do?
You are such a fool sometimes.
So, we could reprogram degenerative cells that's how we can many incurable conditions. The Canadians, Japanese, and British have already found a way that is efficient to create new cells from the human body using careful regeneration. But a further advance would be if we could use gene cross-fertilization. See?
You mean any stem cell can be used to create new body parts? So, you take the stem cell from the patient, combined with the other genes not from the patient, to create healthy new tissues and organs that the patient's body recognizes and accepts immediately, with no chance of rejection and no need for immunosuppressant drugs.
Yes!
I see.
So, all cells are potent and therefore may form all kinds of tissue. The major issue at the moment is uncontrolled cell division. I wish you could see the future I can see when we fix that. No more cancer. Honestly, Elizabeth, I think I found the answer. See?
So, science should proceed with caution?
Yes, but it won't be long before we are in the position to construct a superhuman.
Build a DIY human from off-the-shelf body parts at B&Q.
Why'd you always have to reduce everything to sarcasm?
This idea of creating the perfect human with no disease. How long does he live for? Who decides that?
That's not my concern.
Really? With the way you talk, it seems you think all man cells can be sold in the laboratory.
Well, that is where some of the greatest discoveries have been made. Penicillin didn't just appear out of thin air, you know?
Spare me the medical lecture. All I know is that I'm going into general practice with real walking, talking people. We're all busy tinkering around in a test tube, creating your new species. You should leave it to Professor Waldman.
The experts.
Yes, Victor, that's what they are.
That you've frightened to cross the boundaries into real experimentation. They'd sooner wait 5 years for a license from NICE before they dare dip their toe into the future.
They're simply following proper clinical procedure.
Procedure.
And there's safeguards to ensure that you don't, as you say, cross the boundaries into the realms of...
Fiction? Is that what you're about to say?
No.
That I want to create Frankenstein's monster?
You are impossible.
Morning, you two lovebirds. Arguing about the wedding, were we? Who's the best man to be?
I'll see you later, Henry.
Oh, not me then.
Why does he have to push everything to its limits?
What's he said now?
The perfect human.
Oh, that?
Yes, that. He sounds more like his fictional counterpart every day.
That's a bit harsh.
Is it?
Have you looked at his proposed PhD?
Briefly.
I think you should take a look at his reading list.
Why?
For somebody writing about stem cells and genetics, he seems awfully interested in human anatomy.
I'm sure it'll all become clear once he wins the Nobel Prize.
Has he mentioned Scotland to you?
Scotland?
A holiday, perhaps?
No. Are you about to ruin a surprise he's planned for me?
Oh, I don't know.
It's okay, Henry. I'm only teasing.
I'm sure it's nothing. Come on, student bar before the rugby lot.
I doubt Victor will surface now.
Victor, I got your message. Wow, impressive research laboratory.
Yes, the funding came through. Just...
Get to the point, Victor. What do you want?
I'm putting together an experiment to look at rebuilding human tissue onto bones.
So?
I'm short of original samples to work with.
Can you hear yourself? Doesn't this seem a tad familiar?
I'm not building Frankenstein's monster.
It just seems a bit mad, that's all.
Regenerative medicine is the future. Think of all those lives that could be saved or improved if I could just move medicine forward.
Look, I'll tell you what. If there's a set of unidentified limbs destined for the Aberdeen Research Labs, I'll be in touch.
Thanks, Justine.
I'm not promising anything.
I understand.
Shift starts at 9 p.m. Friday night. Joy.
I really appreciate this.
I'll be in touch.
Have you heard from Victor, Henry?
Oh, not since he's moved to Scotland. Too busy on his research project, I suppose.
Justine sent me an email yesterday.
Justine?
She's seen Victor, says he looks dreadful.
When did she see Victor?
A few days ago.
Interesting.
She's helping him with his research, apparently, but has been sworn to secrecy.
She works in A&E. What's that got to do with Victor's research?
He won't tell me exactly what he's working on.
Right.
It all goes under the vague umbrella of regenerative medicine.
There's a letter here, addressed to you.
Let me see.
Who do you know from Geneva?
No one. It's probably a medical circular.
Fancy handwriting. It looks like something out of another age.
Give it here.
Go on, what does it say?
Give me a chance.
Have you won £3,000 if you signed up to Reader's Digest?
Reader's Digest, what even is that?
Oh, just give it here, let me read it. Dear Elizabeth, I understand you're engaged to my great-nephew, Victor Frankenstein. I thought I'd take this time to write to you and introduce myself, as I'm certain Victor will have not done so. Since the death of his mother, Victor's become quite removed from the family. I would urge you to come and visit me before you begin, hopefully, a long and prosperous life within the embrace of the Frankensteins. Yours sincerely, Miss Olivia Caroline Frankenstein. Miss Olivia Caroline Frankenstein, within the embrace of the Frankensteins.
Idiot.
She's probably the monster.
Dumbo, Frankenstein was a scientist and the creature had no name.
The Rosemary Nursing Home.
Look
Geneva.
it up on your phone.
Don't you just love a mystery?
No.
The Rosemary Nursing Home. Expensive. A care home for people with mental disorders such as dementia.
She sounds pretty lucid to me.
She's clearly a nutter.
Don't be mean, she sounds positively charming.
Are you going to go visit this mystery great aunt?
As a matter of fact, I am, and you can come with me.
Are you going to tell Victor?
And I should because?
Because he's your fiancé, and she's a relation of his and not yours yet.
Mrs. Olivia Caroline Frankenstein has asked to see me. Victor hasn't bothered to reply to me, so I don't see why I should allow him to this. Do you?
I wouldn't want him to get jealous. Are you flying out to Geneva with his fiancé?
You're hardly a threat now, are you?
Well, that's just nice, isn't it?
We might find out something interesting about Victor. It might explain why he goes into these strange moods.
Yes, that's what I'm worried about.
I'll book the flights and you arrange the locums.
Yes, madame.
Reaching out for something I can't touch. They seem so long ago, the days when we couldn't get enough of each other. Stronger together, we were going to be the happiest married couple ever. But now I don't know what's inside his head. He seems prefer to spend his time with dead body parts instead of me. I really don't see the attraction. Is this how wedded bliss is going to be? Time rushes by. I don't know what he's thinking of, but I'm sure it isn't to me. And I know I cannot ask why. I just have to try not to fear the future anymore.
Elizabeth, by the time you hear this, I will have made the most unbelievable giant leap forward. I'm recording this for posterity. There's a raging thunderstorm outside, and I could not have planned a more dramatic backdrop from my first step into history. Justine was to be here to witness this birth, but has been delayed at work. I'm going ahead without her, and have arranged a press conference for later today to announce my arrival on the scientific scene. Much to Professor Waldman's dismay, no doubt. It's nearly time. At last I can banish the horror of my name forever, and prove that the name of Frankenstein stands for progress, truth, and justice. I'll talk later. I love you, Elizabeth.
I know he thinks that I won't understand how little he must know me if he thinks I don't realize the kind of man I fell in love with, the man that I love still. No matter what strange and terrible things he does, I always will. Time rushes by. I don't know what he's thinking of, but I'm sure it isn't to me. And I know I cannot ask why. I just have to try not to fear the future anymore.
Live! Live! That's it! Faster! Faster! "75 beats per minute. It couldn't be more perfect. What's happened to your face? Your skin has become yellow. I don't understand. Why is the stitches so prominent? They should have been subsumed by now. Your cells should be regenerated, not dying. It's hideous. Stop staring at me, I can't help you. You're hideous. I can't face the world with this. You have been given the most amazing brain. Use it, damn you. Keep away from me. Why can't you walk? What have I done?
What is this? Can it be? Is this what they've made out of me? Aren't you strange, you ugly brute? Not much to show for your second-hand loot.
Goodness me, is that my arm? He thinks he's clever.
We think he's bargaining.
I think that's my head.
What to do? I was just thinking he looks like you.
He's stolen all of our best features, our arms, our legs, our heads, our hearts, all to create this hideous creature. What a waste of our body parts.
Who would think a man like Victor could build a new man? But he still shouldn't have nicked a van load of corpses. Surely no one endorses that kind of behaviour, whatever his sources.
I'd rather hoped my coffin was properly closed and nailed down before I was disposed of.
It's not a good way to treat your best client. I didn't leave my body to medical science.
He's stolen